Yes, gents, how we doing? So today's question is like, how many calories do I burn like through exercise and sort of training and perhaps like getting my steps in? Okay, how many calories does that lead to? Okay, now what you have to understand is, again, first of all, like it's so hard to calculate. Okay, and what is, again, sort of, yeah, you can use sort of like things like a Fitbit or apps and stuff. MyFitnessPal will give you some recommendations. But the bigger sort of topic is sort of, again, it's not sort of like, it's focusing on different things. Okay, you're focusing on the wrong things. Okay, because again, how many calories you burnt and sort of trying to work out some sort of mathematical equation of sort of like I did this type of exercise, I did sort of this HIIT workout, I lifted these weights, like how many calories have I burnt there, and like sort of like how many, I've got these many steps in during the day, how many calories is that, and I've eaten these many calories, and I'm trying to sort of I'll take these from that, and then sort of I've got sort of this many calories left, so that should be how much I'm losing fat. And again, it's just like, you can't, like, it's like, wow, okay? It's just like a quantum mechanical formula that you can't sort of just, it's so out of your control. And again, like, it's just such a gray area, like sort of how many calories do you burn? Because you can put it in on like MyFitnessPal, like how many calories you do sort of doing like an intense workout, or like doing stuff at home, activity at home, like sort of, I don't know, putting the Hoover over, different things like that. And it'll give you an estimate, but then what you factor that in, and it's just sort of, you can't sort of like look at these factors, okay? You have to sort of, yeah, your focus needs to be on other things that will actually like produce actual results, okay? Because again, you can get caught up in this trying to work out all this sort of this maths or this minutia. That's like, it's just, you're going to lose your mind over it, because again, it's just not something you need to worry about. And two, it's going to produce fuck all results as well, okay? And it's going to make fuck all difference. So where your focus needs to be is sort of in terms of training and workouts. Instead of looking at how many calories you burned, look at sort of what you've done in the sort of the session, how, like, your progressions. So if you're looking at sort of like perhaps running and different things like that, you go for a run, look at your times, look at what kind of workout you're hitting, okay? And use sort of things to track along the way, use things to test you. Whereas so you have time trials, or obviously like in the gym, you track the weights you're lifting, okay? Or how many sort of, if you have a set workout, like how many reps did you get in that, like sort of in that time, or what time did you beat the time on that workout, okay? That's how you track sort of progressions instead. And like if you're training sort of, you're getting fitter, stronger, whatever, you don't look at the calories that you're being burnt. So like I said, yeah, like you hit workout, you set sort of like how many times, you set a certain workout and you time yourself, then you try and beat that time next time. That's how you track it. And you look at sort of, perhaps like I said, with running again, look at your times, like that's how you like sort of track that. And then you look at other sort of factors. Then obviously, if you like you take measurements, you sort of you can see sort of like, okay, what's happening like sort of to your body and stuff, like sort of in terms of the fat loss. Okay, instead of worrying about these things and getting caught up in, like I said, these mathematical equations and trying to work out how many calories you burnt, etc., and then taken away from your calories you've eaten, and then your leftover, I should have this much of a deficit left, and just like, people ask me this, I'm like, I don't know, mate, this is stuff you just shouldn't be worrying about, because it's taking the focus away from, okay, like what you've got to do today, okay? Like sort of eating the sort of the best foods you can, like sort of training hard, like sort of recovering. These are the sort of where your focus needs to be on the daily habits. So perhaps, yeah, get a workout in, getting your steps in, getting your water in, getting your meditation in, like eating sort of, hitting your calories, getting your veg in, getting your protein in, get a bed on time, okay? Like these are where, this is where your focus needs to be, on nailing these, okay? Instead of worrying about some sort of other equation. Because most of the time people ask these questions, again, they're not sort of doing the basics I just talked about. Because that's what you have direct control over, and you can influence, and they have a much bigger influence over your results as well, rather than trying to work out some sort of, again, like I said, some sort of quantum mechanical formula to see like how many sort of calories or fat you've burnt, whatever. Again, it's irrelevant, and it's sort of, it's so hard to, like, I couldn't tell you. It's just a waste of time, basically. So you need to sort of put your focus into, okay, like hitting my sort of aim with my calories today, being around 10% of those, eating veg, eating my protein, drinking water, getting to bed on time, like meditating, training, being active, okay, like doing these things. These things will have a sort of, you can have control over, and again, have a sort of like a big progression in terms of results as well. Okay, so that's where your focus needs to be, gents. any other help you need with that, like sort of any questions, any comments, again, like sort of let me know or hit me up. I'm happy to help. It's what we want to chat about. But again, I sort of just don't get caught up in trying to work out sort of like how, like, don't spend time. You did this workout, this HIIT workout, or how many calories was that? Right, don't try and sort of don't be spending like 20 minutes trying to work out how many calories out. No, how hard did you work? Sort of like, and just like, did you push yourself? Okay, you know, sort of like in terms of stuff, how uncomfortable it was. And then if you're doing that again, track what it's doing to you. Like, look at your sort of your photos, look at tape measurements, look at sort of what outcomes it's producing. Okay, is it improving other areas? Is it helping you running? Is it helping sort of your strength? Whatever. Okay, that's what you need to do. So have a great day, gents, and I'll see you in the next video.